I think that what came out that was very interesting and surprising to us is that Mr. Haritakis, on behalf of TANEO, commented on the fact that there's still huge interest from investors and funds to invest in Greece. And he quite strongly asked for architects to understand that and come up with ideas. And this is something that I think was very helpful for us to hear, because on the one hand it's an optimistic sign. On the other hand, it makes us think that we have to stand for our ideas. We have to think more radically and come up with things and go and find these people and convince them that our ideas are worth something. And I think that what came out in the session, which was very interesting, is that we have to find a common ground to communicate. That investors have a language which is properly, linking more to returns and revenues and profit. And we architects, we like to romanticize a bit and talk about our ideas like, they don't belong in this world. And I think that what came out is that we must find a way to build synergies and to see how we can both, find a mutual beneficial way to work. But it was quite amazing, and it was quite a surprise to hear that there is such a big interest for the big real estate in the island. And we even discussed about what are the sort of new building typologies that we can talk about in the islands. And there were interesting things discussed, like for example the idea of sanatorium and the idea of things like that relate to medical centers and rehabilitation, and what an ideal location that would be to consider about having these things on the island. Also how we can find ways to attract an active part of the population to come and inhabit the islands, as opposed to turning them into parking for pensioners or tourists, which I think was a very interesting follow-up from what we presented here.
Okay, great. Okay,
I think it was amazing. The initiative was amazing, and I was very happy with the response and how many people came here today. And I'm sure that different things have been said. And I think that everybody has kept the bits that he liked. For example, for me, what I found very interesting is that it was a first chance or opportunity to come and understand the different sort of fundings and how you may get there, which is something that to me was a completely unknown territory. So I was really happy to hear people, and of course I was really happy to see, it's very inspirational to see people like Ores, or for me this was to explain the stories and see the man behind the story, and probably see what sort of motivation and drive they had to achieve what they have achieved. And it was useful to see in times that are hard and most of the news are not so bright. Thanks.